So, I have a confession. Spring is my favorite time of the year. It's getting warmer day by day. The sun's out longer. But most importantly, it's finally golf season. Anyone who knows me knows I love all things golf. I love watching golf. I love playing golf. I love the outfits that you can wear. I love how quiet it is, and I love the smell of fresh cut greens on the fairway. I honestly think golf is one of the superior sports to exist. And being as it is my favorite season, I'm just going to hijack my podcast for a minute and talk about one of LSU's best sports. You may have guessed it, LSU golf season is here and we're halfway through it. Now, I won't judge you if you don't care about golf, but how can you not care about LSU golf whenever it's one of the best programs at LSU? For example, one of the most talked about golfers in the entire world right now is graduate student Ingrid Linblad from Sweden. And guess where she's playing college golf at? Oh, right. She's a Tiger. Ingrid is the number one women's college golfer in the nation, and somehow she gets better and better every time she's out on the course. Ingrid, along with Latana Stone, are both on the women's golf team, and both have been invited to play at the Augusta Women's Amateur, and anyone who knows golf knows playing at Augusta is a huge deal. The LSU men's golf program is nothing short of amazing either. The guys are currently playing in the Hootie at Bulls Bay tournament, and today they'll be teeing off to try and finish in first place. After round 2, the Tigers have managed to stay in second place with graduate student Connor Gaunt in second place overall, 6 under. Freshman Jay Mendel tied in third, 5 under, and senior Drew Doyle tied 7th with 3 under. This is Camryn Conner, your host, and after this commercial, I'll be jumping right into this women's golf team.
The East Baton Rouge Library says this is the year to invest in you. The library brings value by connecting you to information, resources, materials, technology, and experiences. We make a positive difference in your life. All you need is your library card. Stop by one of our 14 locations, open 7 days a week, or find us online at ebrpl.com.
This past weekend, the LSU women's golf team competed in the Clemson Invitational. LSU finished out in third place, 3 under par. LSU was on fire this weekend, specifically Ingrid Linblad. Ingrid is the number one women's college golfer in the nation, and she's not done just yet. Ingrid is a grad student from Sweden and just totally smashed records at the Clemson Invitational. One record like becoming the top women's collegiate winner in the SEC ever, with the whopping 14 championship wins under her belt. And get this, the previous record holder for this was Stacey Lewis with 13 wins, who's a total legend in the game. Lewis played at the University of Arkansas and is now in the LPGA, but Ingrid just blew that out of the water. Let that sink in for a second. Ingrid took charge in the second round and didn't let anyone catch up throughout the Invitational, finishing with rounds of 66, 67, 65. Ending up at a crazy 18 under par for the tournament, and if you play golf, you know that is some serious skill. This isn't Ingrid's first rodeo at Clemson either. She's won there 3 times in a row now. Talk about owning the course like a boss. And it's not just a one-time thing for her. She's been killing it all season with 3 wins already, and this time she won by a massive 10 shots. And that's some serious dialing in that she's doing while she's out there. Ingrid was on fire with birdies, racking up 21 of them throughout the tournament, and she practically owned the par 5s, finishing 10 under on them. I'm just saying, if I could play like Ingrid, y'all wouldn't hear the end of it, and I'm saying I do play like Ingrid whenever I give myself gimmies on the green. But speaking of which, Ingrid and her teammate Latana Stone are gearing up for the Augusta National Women's Amateur, which takes place the week before the tournament of all tournaments, the Masters. And then it's on to the SEC Championship in Florida for LSU. Going into the Women's Amateur after the week Ingrid just had is exactly where she wants to be before going into one of the biggest tournaments this year. So even if you aren't a golf fan, there's something to say about LSU and Ingrid Linblad and how talented she is.
I think that most people that contact the 9-day Lifeline are looking to be heard and to feel seen.
Anybody that calls here to talk about anything that has them upset, we will talk to them.
Even on our chat and text services, you will be actually chatting and texting with a real person.
We have enough resources to be able to help people in any type of situation.
We have helpline specialists that are trained to handle the variety of calls that we get.
It's a very laid-back thing. We're not judging anybody. We're just a listening ear that some people don't have.
And now on to the men's golf team. They've had an impressive weekend at the Hootie at Bulls Bay Golf Club in South Carolina. After day one, the Tigers were in charge in first place, and yesterday they were able to finish the round strong in second place. Today's their final day in the tournament, and there's no doubt that wherever the guys finish, the Tigers are still those guys. So here's the lowdown from day two at the Hootie at Bulls Bay. Freshman Jay Mindel was on fire. Mendel's going to be a name that we're going to be hearing for the next 4 years while he's at LSU, and even once he goes on past LSU. Mindel led the Tigers with a sweet 4 under 68 that helped push the team to a solid 10 under 278 for the day. All Tiger fans should be really stoked about their performance, despite the few hiccups that they saw yesterday. Above them, in first place, New Mexico stepped up their game big time yesterday with a team best 14 under 274, snagging first place at 16 under 560, but LSU's not far behind, sitting in second at 14 under 562 after their 4 under 284 on Sunday. It was one of their top team rounds this season. Like I said, Mindel was the star of the show, starting strong with a birdie and staying under par the whole round. He moved up 3 spots, sharing third place at 5 under 139. Connor Gaunt also brought his A-game, holding second place individually at 6 under 138. Drew Doyle had a solid day, improving to tied for 7th with a 3 under 141 after firing a 3 under 69. He had a bunch of birdies but slipped up with a bogey on the last hole. Lance Yates and Alex Price rounded out the team's efforts with some steady play as well. Today is the last day of the Hooties at Bulls Bay, and the Tigers teed off at 7:45 this morning. If they keep it up and finish strong, they have a shot at finishing in first place for the tournament.
It's your time to move things forward. U.S. Army Reserve.
All right, that's it for today's episode. Stay tuned to TigerRag.com for more LSU sports updates, and I'll be back later this week.